Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
It's William and Andrew here from Allegory Gallery. How is everyone doing today?
Good.
Andrew's doing good.
Much better. Thank
He's
you.
doing much better. I am feeling better today. We'll see if my energy holds up.
Do you have any more sleepy time?
I know.
They don't like my jokes.
They don't like your joke. I think they like your jokes just fine.
I don't know.
I didn't eat yet though today. I had a lot of chocolate today though from our friends at Scamps downtown. So that should help.
They're here in Ligonier.
Yes, they are. They are still here in Ligonier. We love them. Stopped in, saw my friend Amy today. Picked up some gifts because we had a friend of ours, John DiBartola, come to the Johnstown location to do some video with us. He's pretty well known in the Johnstown area, and he offered to do a video of our store. And while we were there, he also did a video of Jada's Jazz Cafe with us. So picked him up some little thank you gift for coming out.
From over the mountain.
From over the mountain. So if you didn't see that yet, we've posted that video on my timeline and also on the Allegory Gallery timeline here on Facebook. I think Andrew posted it on his timeline as well. It's been posted into a few groups in Johnstown. And what else? I posted to our stories too. So you can find that video pretty easily. If you haven't watched it yet, please do. Please like it. Please share it. Let people know we exist. The more, you never know, because you may think that you're living like in California and no one you know would ever know us, but you never know. You might hit that share button. They'll be like, I'm going to visit Johnstown next week.
You know what's a wild story?
What's a wild story?
Okay.
Picture it.
Ligonier.
2020.
No, I don't know what it was. It was a while ago, but I had a longtime customer who I knew from the blogging days, and she lived out in California, and she's talking about how she wished she could come and stuff like that, and then at one point she got into genealogy.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess where her people from? Here.
Right
guess
here.
Who her cousin is?
Who's her cousin?
Denise's husband,
Dennis.
What?
Our neighbor down the street. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So she never came to visit, or she did?
I think she did come to visit. So it's one of those things where you never know.
You never know how you make those connections.
Yeah. So if somebody sees it, you never know who's going to respond to it, and it could be really good.
Yeah. So please do hit the share, but like it or love it first, of course. Make a comment on it, maybe. Say thanks.
4 words or more.
Say thanks, John, for visiting our friends.
Yeah, so he knows that it was worth his time.
He knows it was, because he did this on his day off.
What?
So please go in there. Thank him for doing that from the AG Bead fam out there. We appreciate that.
What does he do for work?
I'm not sure right now. I think he told me. I'm trying to remember now. I don't remember.
I'm not the people who grills people.
Yeah, Andrew does. I'm a listener. I listen to people's stories. But it usually takes me a few times to remember all the details. It's just the way I am. My anxious brain is constantly rambling in my own head.
And I'm like, who's your family? Where do they
live? What are they doing? I know he's originally from New Jersey. I know that. He's been in this area for a long time. Gets involved in the politics. He runs that revitalization group. So anyway, hi Michelle. Hi Dale says home from South Carolina. Nice. You made it home. Got on that plane.
Hopefully your flight was easy.
Yeah. Norma is here with us. Hello, Norma. Michelle says, I saw the video, loved it, and shared it. Thank you so much. We can always count on you for a share. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Danette is here. Hello, Danette. I think we missed you yesterday.
Turn off the air now.
Oh,
I was getting warm,
Andrew was roasting.
and so
It is hot today. It got up in, I think, near 80 today.
You know, one of the things about the gout, not to bring the conversation down,
Bringing it down,
is that temperature control, I realize, is a big thing about that.
Not easy.
Well, no, it's if you get too hot, it kind of inflames the joint. Too cold, it stings like hellfire.
Shivers the joint.
So you just have to be. It's like I'm like
gotta be the
now.
perfect temperature now.
I know. I'm like, well, I don't know, Pennsylvania. I might have to move to like somewhere in the mountains.
Kelly Sinesak joined us on Instagram. Thank you for joining us if you're still out there. Jane Cook joined us here on YouTube. Thank you, Jane, for hanging out with us today.
Where are you from?
Oh, yeah. Where are you from? Where are you from, everybody? Everybody. All the new people.
Name.
Kelly, Jane, where y'all from? Danette says, did you get my email about knowing someone who goes to Amy Rubin's? Yes, I did get that. I remember that I got that. I read it quickly. I don't know if it was one morning or one night, and I forgot to reply. So sorry, but I did get that. That's interesting. I don't think I know the person either, but I know I believe I've seen their name. Amy puts names on the shelves, and I believe I've seen her name on the shelf. But yeah.
See, small world.
Small world, you never know. Suzanne is here. Hello, Suzanne. Says hello, William and Andrew and AGB fam. I'm here today, but tomorrow is questionable. Yeah, I looked at the path of the hurricane, and it looks like you're not like right in the center of it all, at least right now, but you're in the danger outskirts, danger-ish zone. So I hope everything goes well. We both hope everything goes well. And things don't get too crazy for you down there.
I've already decided it's not going to affect you.
Oh, there you go.
So
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it because I've already decided.
Andrew's decided it's not affecting you.
That's
that's the end all. A little bit of wind, a little bit of rain.
But we're going to the AG Bead fam.
We're just gonna keep it away.
It's gonna be like a storm breaker. I'm gonna knock.
It's gonna go right around you. Teeth. Right around you.
Punch it in the face.
Punch it in the face.
So there.
So there. Norma says, I started watching it. See you tomorrow. Norma said, started watching it, but had to stop to watch this live. I'll finish it later. Oh, good. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes. So it takes a little bit to watch, but we hope you will. I had fun doing it. It was all done in one take, as it's pretty obvious, I think.
You did a good job.
Thanks. I told him, I said, because he was saying, he's like, do you want to do it live? Do you want to do it recorded? He's like, either way, it's like one take. I said, well, I don't know if the reception for live, it's usually okay. He's like, well, let's do it in one. Let's do it recorded. And I said, I'm pretty comfortable in front of the camera anymore. We do these lives all the time. And sometimes weird, inappropriate things come out of my mouth, and usually by accident.
Not as much for you.
No, not as much, except there were some things the other day that tongue twisted.
Don't do that again.
Don't do that again. But yeah, so it happens. I think
somebody delighted in it.
Of course.
Like,
people love that. You know, people love that. Oh, the sky's so pretty.
They're like,
we've
William, do that again.
We've got the blue and pink sky out there right now. Really pretty. Let's see. Amanda is here. Hello, Amanda. Anna is here. Says, I will head over to YouTube to see it. She was on Facebook first. Thank you. Wherever you want to watch. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, we're there. Instagram's a little hard because it doesn't let you go sideways. So we're a little over there, but you can watch us over there. Harry is here. Hello, Harry. Thank you for joining in.
You sent me some... like the thing for the healthy smoothie.
Oh, good.
I have to maybe check it out.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, though, I have to be careful because I'm not used to this thing where we're having to be like super selective. Like there's things like mushrooms are fine, but dried mushrooms are maybe not good.
Dried mushrooms like up that purine content for some reason.
It's the drying process, it seems like.
Yeah, a lot of dried stuff. And that's why you got to watch spices and stuff too.
Wow.
Who knows?
And then here's the other thing, though. But it doesn't affect everybody, and it doesn't affect everybody the same way.
No.
Like, I was talking to one person, and they said, my husband and my brother both have gout, and my husband cannot eat peanuts. It just wrecks him, or the other way around, whatever way.
One of them.
But the other one, eats them all day and has no problem.
Well, and then we were looking on that list that you had, and asparagus is like very low, but everyone says don't eat asparagus for gout. So
usually they say not to eat that for a lot of stuff, though.
Yeah,
Like
it is like,
stones
yeah, it is like kind of a poison if you eat too much.
We don't have to worry about that anyway.
We don't eat a lot of asparagus. I do like asparagus though, but it has to be cooked just right and in season and all that stuff.
There are people and they're like, "Oh, canned asparagus is so delicious," and then I was like,
if it's fresh and cooked with some nice butter, then it's good. I don't think we're gonna eat the canned asparagus.
No, that's stringy, y'all.
Yeah.
I was picking that business out of my teeth for a day.
Anna says, howdy, anxiety is a really good friend of mine. LOL. Well, I'm sorry about that. It's also mine, and we're frenemies. We're actually enemies. I don't like it. But
you're doing better.
I am doing better. I'm doing better. Medication, sorting yourself out a little bit helps.
Little by little.
Little by little, we build that nest, right?
And whether the nest is a business or wellness.
Right. Oh, Jane Cook from Ligonier.
What?
Hello, Jane. Have you been in the shop before? Your name looks familiar. I feel like the cook name is familiar, at least.
Sometimes you have to see your face.
I know, it's a visual thing, and there's no picture here, just the J. Maria Elena is here, originally from Johnstown. Now I reside in Maryland. Nice. Well, if you have friends in Johnstown or family still there, send them over to the shop, 608 Grove Avenue, or if you visit, come on over. Hang out with us. We'd love to hang out.
And if you give us enough notice, we can open by appointment.
Yes.
I know some people, they think they're imposing, but it doesn't hurt to ask because...
sometimes we can't. We got plans already, but most of the time we're pretty open, and we love meeting people and hanging out and making stuff. So don't think it's an imposition. It's literally our job.
That's how we stay in business.
That's how we stay in business, by being open when you need us and making stuff and selling stuff to you. So if you are coming on an off day, we're only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Johnstown. So if they need to come on another day, or you need to come on another day, that goes for everybody. You can send us an email, info@allegorygallery.com. It's right up here.
Like
and
today was Tuesday, and
I went up for John because it was his day off. It's the day he had, and that's what we did. We opened and did a video. And so we're always happy. It's not an imposition. It's literally our job. This is our life. Our life is our small business.
One person, they were like, well, you're not open any times that we can come. And then I said, when can you come? And they said, well, I can be up there tonight. And then he said, okay. And then we got in the car and went in the car.
See you in a half hour.
And we got there. And then they got stuff, and everybody was happy.
Right? Made stuff.
So
Good
that's
times.
one of those things where, sometimes with the appointment, people get they get nervous.
Yeah, don't be nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Suzanne says, thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, because we're not going to have this storm.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of, you're going to get a little bit of rain. I can't stop that.
Can't stop at all.
But, you need rain. So.
Dale says, hi, Suzanne. Hang in there. I'm watching too. Everything is closing tomorrow, and I'm not going to work tomorrow night.
Where do you live again?
South Carolina, but I don't know where. I can't remember where. Right, Dale? Whoops. Just jumped. Suzanne says, I did get to reply to your last email. Okay, good. I actually didn't pull up my email here yet today. I got to pull it up anyway.
He's on the TV today.
I was on the TV today. Oh, good. I'll get you the invoice. Thank you. Yeah.
Normally we don't answer emails live on TV. But for you, since you're in the storm break.
I know. Because you might not get the answer for a while.
No, you'll be fine.
He's like, he'll be fine.
I told it already.
He'll be fine.
Why are you defying me, Wolf?
Why are you defying me? Okay. Suzanne says that was a great video. Good. I'm glad because I watched it back and I thought it was okay. I don't usually watch back videos that we do ever. But because this one was like spur of the moment kind of, well, not, it was just one cut. I watched it back.
You did a good job.
Thanks. Other than forgetting that Mali was in Africa at one point, he's like, is that in Africa? And I'm like, is it? Because in my brain, I was in Bali, thinking Bali. I'm like, that's not in Africa. But then it was like, it was Mali. And yes, Mali is in Africa because there's Mali wedding beads and they're from Africa.
Oh, wow. That happens to everybody.
Yeah, it was one of those live on camera brain, failures.
Not failure. You just.
My brain skipped a beat. It skipped a beat. Yeah. Danette says, I really wanted to win Shelby's pottery pieces at the reunion. Alas, I did not.
Well, maybe
tell her to make you some then. Say,
yeah.
I want it. Say, I want it.
I'm sure she would be delighted by that.
Right?
Did you win that person's cup? Did you had a Christmas swap?
That was my swapped cup.
And that was that person?
Not that person.
Oh.
I don't think so. Now that I'm thinking about it, I forget who I got it from. I don't think it was.
We had a bag on our counter for like.
Did it say Shelby?
I thought it had an S name.
Now that I don't think so.
Is the last name Winters?
No, I don't think so.
I
don't think it is because Amy would have for sure told me that I got another student's cup.
Because it was more.
But this was the whole Greensburg Arts Center thing. Danette says canned asparagus. Ew. There might be people who love it, but
there are people and they love it and they're like, oh, it's so tender. And if you like it, I'm not gonna yuck your yum.
No, go have at it.
It is not for me.
You don't have to worry about us taking it out of the supermarket shelf from you. Michelle's going back to work, going to continue watching and listening on the computer. Get to work, Michelle. Get to work.
Restock.
Right?
How did that person's shop go? Didn't it catch on fire? The one in Venice?
Oh, Maria says, I visited your shop in July. My cousin gave me a gift card. That's right. Now it's clicking. It's clicking. Thank you for coming in.
What'd you think?
Yeah, what'd you really think? Hopefully it was a nice experience. Our neighbor Susie is here. Hello, Susie.
Howdy, Susie.
Let's see. Harry's getting smoke from fires in California and Canada.
Oof.
Jane says, yes, many times. Most recently bought a tumbler from Andrew's Creation. Thank you.
Thank you. Remember that. I wasn't there.
Gulfport. Oh, wait. Dale's in Gulfport, Mississippi on the Gulf Coast.
She was just in South Carolina.
That's right. I'm getting confused. Hey, there's Susan. Susan Surreal is here.
Go take the ginkgo biloba after this.
Right. My brain anymore. Angela had another meeting. Keep talking. All those meetings.
Angela lives in South Carolina.
Angela says, yuck, you're yum. That's an Andrew saying. I don't know where that came from, but yuck, you're yum. Marie says, I love the shop and I wish I would have brought my beads and bead mat with me. I could have stayed and beaded. You had a great selection. Thank you. Go say that on Google. No, but next time, bring them in. Hang out with me. Maybe Andrew if he's there.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get back. And I I want to have some more structured classes too.
I think that would help. People aren't getting the like just come in and make stuff thing.
We're not, you know, because of how the neighborhood is right now.
Hey, Charlie.
It's not necessarily. We get some walking traffic, but it's not like a. Ligonier is like a tourist town.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get random people walk by all the time. And that is kind of more like they kind of just like stop in and like, oh, you can make something.
That's when we should have done the just make it, because then we would say, oh, we have classes on Fridays. Come in on Friday. And they're like, oh.
Wow.
So we're like backwards apparently from what everyone wants.
I know. We're too forward thinking.
Because right now, I just figure we're only open 3 days. Let's not pick one of those only for classes. We may as well let people come in anytime. Mm-hmm. And then before we're open 7 days. We can't just have anyone come in anytime because we got stuff to do sometimes. But then that's when they wanted to do that.
So, oh wow.
But yeah, if Andrew comes in with some more structured classes, and then we also work with some of our friends to do classes at like craft work, and get to be known for having supplies, because craft work is like, we will have the tools, but we don't want to deal with bringing in beads and all that. Good. So they said there's no competition here. They just want to have a nice exchange back and forth. Sure. So we're excited for that.
Community collaborators.
Yes.
And we're trying to do more of that. We used to do a lot more of that when we first opened the shop. We worked really hard at setting down roots in Ligonier. And so I used to peddle up my business.
Pedal your business everywhere.
So they'd be like BPW. I used to go and do little quick earrings. Go to this meeting, Rotary Club, talk about stuff, go to this thing, go to that thing, go set up in a barn.
In a barn?
Yeah, but I say in a barn, it's like the fanciest
barn. It's a fancy barn.
It's event space that used to be a barn, but is now kind of fancy. Mm-hmm. So we just have to set and get more involved with our community up in Johnstown.
Yep, we're working on it.
And, it's little by little. It took us 12 years.
John runs Pride. He's been doing it there for 12 years, I think he said now. And he invited us up to do it next. He doesn't charge anything.
You just have to get your permit.
And he next year they're closing the park for renovation. So he has already signed the contract with the War Memorial.
Oh wow.
Pride's going to be in the War Memorial, and they're talking with some hopefully big headliners. He's already put in, I think, with some pretty big people to see if they can get talent there, so that they can pay for that, so he doesn't have to charge anybody.
Oh, good.
So he's talking with a bunch of people to try and get like some big names to see if he can bring them in. And if not, he said he'll try and get a bunch of smaller, acts.
Hopefully
or maybe
it works out.
Yeah. But they're going to close off the street in front of the War Memorial and have the inside of the War Memorial. So people come and see a concert in the War Memorial during Pride and then shop is the idea.
Yeah, now that we actually have the building open, like this year it was just too soon. We thought about it, we talked about it.
Because he asked us, why weren't you at Pride? I said, we had just opened.
And you went.
I went. So I told him, I said, I went down, but I didn't get to see you because you were up on stage doing all your stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty busy doing that.
Yeah, so something that we want to do more local things, and kind of there's a Squanch festival.
Squonk. I think Squonk Festival.
So there's a cryptid. If y'all follow that cryptid zoology business, and apparently it's so homely that it cries, and the way that they find it is by its trail of tears.
Poor little squonk.
Poor little homely thing. And then I think it looks pretty cute, but maybe not in real life. You're like, ooh, what's that smell?
See, that's why it's tearing up.
Go away, little ugly squonk. Oh, bless this little Homely Heart.
Oh, so yeah, there's a lot of things that happen in Johnstown. There's the Folk Fest, there's the Ethnic Fest, there's the Pride, there's the Squonk Festival. There, um, what's the one? The
Art in the Park.
Art in the Park. There's a lot of stuff people have been inviting us to, and I'm like, we're gonna get there. There's the arts thing in the Masonic Temple that happens. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and next year we got to kind of start. Well, this year, but for next year, start getting our ducks in a row.
We also, because we sell beads, a lot of those venues are not appropriate. Like some people, when they're going to buy crafts, and they're not necessarily going to go and buy
strands of beads.
An $80 strand of beads.
No.
So
we gotta have stuff made.
So that's the other thing, is where our business is shifting, and it's something that I'm kind of excited about, because we can do stuff also here in Ligonier too. Like we had been invited year after year after year to do the country market, and we never did it because some of our customers were located, they were doing it, and we didn't want to compete with them. But the thing is that our stuff would be so different anyways.
Yeah. Especially now, though.
Yeah, especially now. So I think it's one of those things where a lot of things are opening up possibility-wise for our business. It's just one of those things that's going to take time to get.
We've got to restructure ourselves a little bit
and get everything going, because we have a lot of the stuff already. Like the wheels are in motion. Like we got all of our casting equipment. We just have to. We're not renovating the studio, but we're going to be moving stuff around and building a couple things and getting the ventilation hooked up. We got to get
the ventilation, and we got to make sure it's in a location. We were going to put it in the metal studio at first, but the floor is wood in there, and pouring molten metal on a wooden floor or over a wooden floor may not be the best when you have a floor of concrete right next door.
It's fine, but the other one would be better.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name names, but some of us are less clumsy than the other ones. So.
But who's going to end up pouring it, probably?
So then I was like, oh, that's a good idea to put the concrete.
I am more clumsy. My anxious brain, I don't know if you have anxiety. I didn't have anxiety when I was young, and I was never clumsy. Like I was very good hand-eye coordinated. We actually would make fun of my brother a little bit because he was more clumsy and fidgety when we were young, and he would when he'd pour stuff, there'd always be a little mess, and I was not. And now as I've gotten older and I have anxiety, my brain does not focus as well as it used to, and so when I'm focusing on a task, I often get distracted by my own brain. So I'm a little bit more clumsy and a little bit more spilly than I used to be. But yet I have a feeling I'll probably be the one pouring a lot of the molten metal. So
yeah,
he's like, not wrong.
That's not my favorite.
Yeah. Cheryl's working late and lurking. Just got back from a nice walk. How many steps did you get in today, Cheryl? How many steps did you get in
Larry
today?
Appreciated an earlier walk.
Barnaby was not happy that I didn't go out more with him today. We went out a little bit, but he got scared because he started running out into the yard where he's allowed. But then the people building the roof next door started making more noise, and he got real close to the ground and started sleeking around, slinking. Cute. And then he ran himself onto the porch and to the door. He's like, let me in now. And then Gilbert was like, I'm coming too, bro. So
it's really cute because Gilbert's, he's a little bit oblivious. But if Barnaby does something, then he does it too.
Yeah.
Like at one point, our neighbors, they have these little dogs, and they had these fences, but the fence posts were too far apart, And so they used to run in our yard.
One of the dogs could get through the fence posts.
And so Barnaby, he puffed up, and Gilbert's just like laying around looking and like rolling around, enjoying the sunshine. And then he saw Barnaby, and then he puffed up. He didn't even know what he puffed up about, but he puffed up and made his body big, and it was so cute.
Yeah, he's a big boy, so when he puffs up, he gets big.
And Barnaby, his tail's real slick and like a little whip, but then when he gets, and then
it grows like 4 times its size.
It's so cute.
At least. Cheryl said 16,769 steps.
Holy smokes!
When you're supposed to get 10,000 a day, that's almost 2 days worth of steps.
5 kilometers, right?
I don't know. I don't know that math. That
How many miles did you walk? 5 miles? 10 miles?
Don't know.
How many steps are in a mile?
I don't know. I would ask, but it might send that off on everybody's video. Yeah. So I did a video today. That's what I did. I did 2 videos actually, because if you follow our friends Jada's Jazz Cafe, John had me interact with them in the video too, because we're neighbors, and I think he just didn't want to leave me out of that one, so he said go in there. Plus I think they liked it that I was in there helping them with the video. They're not used to doing the videos
as much, and
he sprung it on them kind of. Joara saw us in the street and she's like, oh yeah, come over and do a video. And then Mustafa was like, a video? I gotta clean my kitchen? So he's like, I gotta do a deep clean if we're doing a video. We're like, nah, just do it. We'll stay out here. And then they did go in the kitchen a little bit, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So if you didn't watch their video too, I haven't shared their video yet. Letting ours get around for a little bit before I also share theirs.
I didn't see theirs yet.
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch theirs all the way through. I've watched it halfway. I mean, I was there, but I watched it halfway on the ride home.
So if you didn't hear my show, I was in a show this past weekend called 24 Minis.
Yes, he was.
Those pieces are available at the Manos Gallery.
Yes, they are.
If you're interested in that. Last night we showed some dye sublimation that we did featuring the artwork from that show.
We made pins, y'all.
So if you're interested in those, you can always let us know.
You missed yesterday's video
on the website.
These are yeah, you don't have to let us. You can just go buy them on the website.
You can let us know with a purchase. And then it will make us happy.
We did 9 different pins based on. We picked 9 of his 24 minis.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Which ones do you want to pick?" I'm like, "You can pick."
He's like, "Pick the good ones."
They're all good ones. One of those things where I've made them. I've seen them. I've been very intimate with them. And not like that, but whatever. But so a lot of times with my artwork, when it comes to evaluating which one's better, I can do that for other people, but for my own artwork, I just kind of I prefer somebody else do it. It just makes it cleaner that way.
Yeah, I get it. These pins are 2x2 approximately, little rounded squares.
And if you saw in the AG or the Allegory Gallery Design Challenge group, Cheryl posted some of her creations that she made, where she made the little seed-beaded bezel frame, and they look great.
Bezel set those pins, and they look fantastic. I wish I could send them all out that way, but I'm not doing that.
No way.
That's
for you to do.
That's for y'all to do.
With heart and love.
With heart and love, right?
So that is happening this past weekend. They're having an open house on September 10th.
10th? That's today.
I
thought it was Thursday. Was it Tuesday?
I don't know. It's one day. You can go to their Facebook.
Maybe it was tonight. If it is, I think it just ended. It was going till 8.
Well, whatever day it was. Sorry.
I thought it was Thursday, but I could be right. It might have been Tuesday.
You could be right.
My brain is...
I'm so out of it with... our own business,
I
let alone somebody
know.
else's.
I know.
But they have usually they're open Wednesday to Saturday, so it maybe is Thursday. I don't know, but you can check that out. The other big news is that Ava's coming. Ava Motherwell of the whole bead show. She's on her epic road trip and she's stopping by Johnstown.
Little old Johnstown.
It's gonna be here from Saturday and Sunday.
This weekend. We're going to have a
14 and
live.
15.
If you're local, come on down. If you're not local, Saturday night, 7:30 p.m., we're going to have a live. And you're going to be able to buy a bunch of her stuff if you want to during the live. Now, the in-person show, if you are a maker and you are a business, she's also offering wholesale. So
good time to stock
it's a great time to come down and see all her stuff and buy wholesale because we don't do wholesale in the shop. So this is the time you can come in.
We buy wholesale.
We buy wholesale. You can come in and buy wholesale if you have, the appropriate stuff. Otherwise, she's also selling retail. It's both retail and a wholesale show. So you can come on down.
So that's not with stuff. Every trunk show.
No. Usually it's all retail.
So if you qualify.
Yep. I've been trying to tell the makers I know in Johnstown, come on in because you can get good wholesale.
Yeah, because usually you have to buy it through us, and that's fine. But sometimes, me and William, we only have so much money, and we pick kind of the stuff that we like.
Yep.
So
of course,
maybe you
we curate everything
that we don't necessarily. It's not. Doesn't spark joy in our hearts.
Right. Maria is asking what kind of beads does she have. She mostly has vintage and vintage inspired, like luccites, resin, polyresin from Italy and Germany.
And she also has glass.
She also has some glass beads. She's gonna have a lot of stuff, I think. I don't know how much she's bringing. We have not seen for sure, but I'm thinking it's going to be a good bit of stuff.
And with some of her other pop-ups that she's done it with other people, so it's hard to gauge.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm at a show with her, sometimes she's 8 tables, and I know that's not going to fit.
It's not going to fit in our place, but we'll be stacking it up if so. It'll be take a look, everybody. Lift those trays. But yes, she's gonna have a lot of funky fun stuff. If you look up the Ava Motherwell collection, you'll see the kind of things she has. Dale's asking what time is it. In person is Saturday and Sunday. We technically she put it in as 12 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday, but we're open 11 to 6. So we will be there. And I'm sure we'll get the sale going as soon as the first customer walks in wanting to buy. All right.
And there's something happening at Chameleon Books downtown, and I kind of want to go to it. So we'll see. I might have to duck out.
Oh.
So maybe. But it's our anniversary. It's our 13th anniversary.
It is.
So we're going to have some different things going on.
13th anniversary celebration. And Dale saying, what time will you be going live? 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday night. We don't normally do a Saturday night live, but we are same time though, 7:30 p.m. because we close up at 6. I figured by the time we close, and if there are people lingering, we'll be able to have time to kick them out and also prepare lot numbers and all that stuff that we're going to need to do for the live.
And don't forget food.
And food, probably from across the street.
Well, we'll try to go to a couple different places so she's here. Burnt out.
Yeah. But for the live, probably across the street because it'll be quick.
Yeah.
To grab it.
Make sure that they know.
We'll do it. We'll order in advance. Dale says, thanks. I'll be watching from work. Saturday night? You got work Saturday? Oh my goodness. Some people do.
We work.
I know, we do.
He acts surprised people work on Saturdays. Like, you work on Saturday.
Maria says, wow, I have to remember to check it out on Saturday. Yeah, There's already a Facebook event. If you go to the Allegory Gallery Facebook page or the Allegory Gallery YouTube channel, there's already a live event set up that you can hit that little going button. That'll be great, to let people because your friends will see that you're going. It'll kind of share it. You can share it, and it'll also give you that reminder that it's starting, especially on YouTube. Hit that little bell. It'll say, be ready, it's starting in a half hour. I get that notification for our own lives. So if you go to the YouTube channel or the Facebook page and click on the notify me, they will hopefully let you know right before we're going live or when we do go live. We will also be going live as always on Instagram, but I can't set that up in advance.
And what's today is the 10th.
Today is the 10th.
So there is another thing to be aware of. If you want to take a workshop with me, and William's going to be my teacher's assistant, the registration closes on September 13th.
You got 3 more days to sign up for our Winston-Salem class.
At Sawtooth.
Exploration of color on metal.
So it'll be fun, I think.
We're going to talk about how to color metal cold, then color metal hot, and then you get to pick what you'd like to focus on and experiment for a day.
And we'll still do stuff too.
Of course.
I don't like to just sit. I like to have a project.
He's going to pack that class full.
Yeah, y'all going.
He does not like you to leave thinking, we could have done more.
I got more value out of it. I would cry. That's like if somebody come to your house to eat and they say, "Oh, I'm hungry still."
You leave hungry. You don't leave hungry from Andrew's classes.
No. So if you do, then that's
hungry of knowledge. You do not leave hungry of knowledge.
If you leave hungry of knowledge, then that's your own problem.
Yeah, you didn't pay attention.
Because there's plenty to eat.
So sign up for that. You can sign up on the Sawtooth website.
And you don't have much time.
No, the registration closes.
No slipping at the end.
On Friday.
No slipping at the end.
We have no control over admitting you afterwards. We cannot call in a favor.
No, I don't have any favor.
Right? It's a favor that we actually can go there. So
and that's not my favor got spent.
So sign up before Friday. If you want to hang out with us, you get to hang out
and
learn.
I'm going to make the cutest little kits. Y'all going to lose your mind.
So get ready. Get ready to learn, but you got to sign up. Go pay for that class now. Maybe after the live. But do it. Sign up.
In the area.
Help us fill our class. Winston-Salem. Even if you're not in the area, come on in.
Yeah, it's kind of a national thing. People are coming from all over the country. So
yeah,
it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So lots of stuff going on, y'all.
And we're a guinea pig. And then the other thing that's happening is
another thing. What other things happening?
We have so many things, and
I think you have a friend coming in tomorrow.
If I feel they're coming anyway, so I have to hobble along somehow and look at that, study that menu in advance.
Where are we going?
Carolyn Days.
Oh.
They usually have a lot of options. So
yeah,
I'm
they
not
do.
Worried.
Are we doing crafting with them? Is that the idea?
In theory, they're going to come to the studio after we go for lunch.
Okay.
And then I have an extra toaster oven that I'm going to pass along. I just keep collecting them.
Yeah, you've got a lot of toaster ovens.
And I'm not mad about it.
And we don't have any for food.
No.
Not a single one of them. We literally have at least probably 5 toaster ovens.
5.
There's one here. There's
more than one.
Like 2 here at least. There's 2 or 3 at the cottage. There's at least 5 toaster ovens that we own, and not a single one of them do we cook food in.
No.
They're all craft
But
related.
we also have, a stove and an oven, so whatever.
Yeah, we do.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna do
Andrew's gonna do a tutorial with y'all first, because we're gonna sell you some bezels tonight. If you want bezels, that's what the whole night's about. We've just got a bunch of different kind of bezels. They're very inexpensive, and we're gonna sell those to you. But first, Andrew's going to show you what you can possibly do with the bezels.
Okay.
So let's have the tutorial first, and then Andrew's going to...
Before you flip it, let's put this down so I don't get... Or maybe...
You want this taken away? You want a hard surface or soft?
I don't want to mess it up by getting anything on it.
I know, but we're still not going to mess up the desk, but do you want soft?
I don't want to mess up our $90 mud cloth.
Well, then we just take that away. I don't want to mess up my desk either.
That's why I'm doing the paper, bro.
That's what I'm asking. Do you want a soft surface with paper on top or a hard surface with paper on top?
We're learning and growing.
We're learning and growing. That's what Andrew tells me. We're learning and growing. That's his way to tell me, just do it. Learning and growing.
Correct. Now, I don't know how this tutorial is going to go because...
it's always a great way to start out a tutorial.
I'm a truth teller.
Truth telling.
All right, y'all. I'm going to be truth telling y'all. So, the epoxy sculpt... Oh, I have another epoxy sculpt over there. So, maybe we got an air with a spare. We'll be fine. So, yeah, flip it.
Oh, am I supposed to flip it?
I told you I look rough today.
All right, let's get back in here. Okay, let's flip y'all.
I was like, we don't need to advertise how derelict I look.
Oh,
like a haunted house up in here.
Andrew is a haunted house today, apparently.
So,
where you go?
There you go. I'm getting some stuff. Don't worry about it.
Getting some stuff.
All right. So, all this groaning and moaning business. Not like that, y'all. Not like that. All right. Who's watching? 18 people.
Yeah, 22 or so.
I
then down to 17 before I stepped away.
They're like, oh, I don't want to see him.
I don't want to see that tutorial. That fabulous tutorial with epoxy sculpt.
Bro, give me the scissors.
Bro, where are the scissors? Aren't they up there?
Anna says, that's hilarious, toaster oven. Correct. All right, so first thing you're going to do is cover some books. Cover our textbooks. No. Did y'all have to do that? You know what? I am of the time when they had this, like you had to cover your textbooks and with a paper bag. And then people would like decorate the outsides of it.
Yeah, we brown bagged our textbooks all the time in high school and elementary school. So
usually I like wax paper, but guess what we don't have today? Wax paper. So we have this paper bag, and I'm just cutting the top of this so that I can use the others, so I don't waste the other part of it. All right. So that's what I'm doing right now. And it says I'm of that vintage as well. You know what? That's useful. And don't mess up the book. One kid got in so much trouble because he got this newfangled book cover protector, and it had like a sticker on it, and it pulled the cover off after he was done with it. The teacher was not impressed. Those textbooks were expensive. Susan says covering textbooks is something I never did. Were you of the time of the abundance where the textbooks, you don't have to worry about that? I come from that time where they're like, oh, if you mess up this textbook, we can't replace it. So we had books that are so old in high school. They said one day man will land on the moon. And I was like, didn't that happen already? Like 40 years ago, 50 years ago? All right, so that this isn't Weeble Wobble, normally I like painter's tape, but we're going to use some Scotch tape. All right, I'm going to just put this up in the corner. You can't see it because it's off screen, but just picture it in your mind. I'm going to put this, and this is going to be in this corner. And then I'm going to do it on the bottom too. And that's just so that this doesn't move around, you know, because we don't need to have no spillage problems up in here, all right? So, oh, I forgot to ask you to pull one, a popular one. Do we have a lot of? Do we have a lot of this one?
That one wasn't included in my counts.
All right. So this is the bezel that we're going to use. I also need isopropyl alcohol.
I can get you that.
Okay. Yeah, and then hand me those earrings real quick. They're on top of that plastic. And then hand me the cutters with the green handle. And then the pliers. Angela said we had to buy our books at public school. They didn't make us do that because not everybody could afford that. All right, so here's the bezel, and we're gonna get into this in a second. So I know sometimes people, when they see these bezels, they're like, "What the heck I do with that?" And there's a lot of things that you can do using these bezels, and I think a lot of times people think that you have to use, like, people will sell little kits of stuff that you can use, and that's perfectly all well and good. But sometimes, you can put whatever you want in this. If you want to put, if you have a collection of buttons and different things like that, you can use those in these bezels. So what I'm gonna do here is I have some earrings like this, and they're of these little they're called soft enamel. So basically it's like a resin, and these are just base metal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the ear wires off because I'm gonna save those. And then I'll save that for another project. I love these lever back earrings because I have people would come in the shop all the time and say, "Oh, I lost my earring back. I lost my earring back. I lost my earring back. My earring came off, and I'm so sad." Well, these is built in, so guess what? You're never losing it. And if you do lose it, I don't know. Don't roll on the concrete. So I've got these, and they're base metal, so they're relatively soft metal. They're not super hard. And I've got these two little charms here that I've got here. And what I've got is some flush cutters. And because they're soft, I can cut it with this. I can cut it with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly trim this, not face towards my eyeball. See that? And you'll be like, what's he doing cutting that perfectly good charm? Well, here you go. And then in somewhere near there, there's some files. I'm gonna pitch this so that
some files.
There's a little square box. It may be in the closet behind you. And if it's not in there, there's a whole set of them. And it's in a square cardboard box.
Cardboard
box? Shipping box. Oh, there you go. I don't know why they're out. But anyway, so here we go. I got some files. These are not real expensive, but I like them. So what we are going to do, and I see y'all are talking about the books still, and I would read those, but I'm not going to read them right now because I'm focusing. So I've got this little charm that I done chopped the bail off, and then I'm just going to gently go over this. Now, when you're filing, you want to file in one direction. Normally, I would brace this in a bench pin so that I get the full maximum push of the file. But right now, I don't have that. So I'm just going to brace my hand while I'm doing this, and that's going to help. So I've got my hand brace. I've got the meat of this hand part locked in there. I'm holding this with the Vulcan death grip up in here, and I got this one. I got this so I can direct the push. When you're filing, the metal is most removed on the push. So we're just doing a little bit. So it's not like I'm shaving off and grading off the universe here, but I've got this kind of braced so that I don't want any sharp points. The top is really the one that's going to matter. I want this not to be sharp because I don't want the blood time. I see Cindy's watching. She said, hope Andrew is improving. I'm doing a lot better. And then she says, you two are super cute. Thanks. All right, so I did that. Now on the backs here, they do have a little bit of a texture already. All right, so we've got a little bit of a texture there, but I'm just gonna go over this, and I've angled my file so that there's a little bit of this is the edge, and I want that to kind of scuff up the surface of this more. And if you have a triangle file, you can do that as well. What this is doing is I'm kind of creating a tooth on this. And by tooth, I mean, I'm not like, Granny, your teeth are so big. It is a texture that improves the adhesion of two surfaces to one another. So that's what a tooth is. So I'm going to rough this up, aka abrade the surface, and get that nice in there. If you have a triangle file, this one also has a triangle file in it. So I'm going to live life free and easy and get myself that triangle file out. And that is nice. Now, you do have to be mindful of how you use this business, because guess what? This can be pokey. So you don't necessarily want to get the blood time. So just be mindful of the ends here so that you don't stab yourself. All right. And then you can just go and keep kind of roughening up the surface. If you have a low grit sandpaper, like 320, 220 sandpaper, you can also abrade the surface that way. If you get it too fine, you're actually going to be smoothing the metal and making it so that it's harder for it to stick. So you want this to stick in the clay, and we don't want it to pop out and be free willy. So there you go. All right. Suzanne says she's back from dinner and had meatballs and pasta. Sounds good. We're going to have to get creative about what we're going to have for dinner as well. All right. We missed the Amish today. All right. So I got a paper towel right here. And this paper towel, I'm going to get a little bit of this isopropyl alcohol. Um, Isopropyl alcohol is it's like mommy's little friend. It's one of the secrets. I'm going off script here. I'm sharing all my secrets. It's one of the things that will help you in your making. And the reason why this is so cool is because it removes a lot of greasy things that can help you level out patinas and get paints to work better. And there's a lot of things that isopropyl alcohol can do. What we're going to use for today is to remove any kind of sticky residue, um, and that will help with adhesion of our epoxy clay. Now you may notice that there's a texture in here that is designed specifically so that there is a tooth. That they designed that so that the stuff doesn't pop out. So I've got this, and sometimes what I'll do, if it's smooth, if it's perfectly smooth in there, what I'll do is I'll take my Fordham and put a bit in there and rough it up and get a tooth placed in there, a texture. Now there is this machine, and it's a French word that starts with a G, and there's a U, And there's, I'm sure, a couple L's. It looks like guillotine, but it's not. Um, and I can't remember what it is. But it's basically like a mandala of etched metal that's been. Anyway, so that pattern is sometimes, if you have this old timey pattern of this machine, you can cut that pattern in, and that will also help do that. I don't know anybody who personally has one by themselves, but they do sell. You can buy it. I don't know. I can't remember how to say it. Anyways, there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to my rag here. I'm not going to do too much because I don't want to fumigate myself. But you can always add more if you need it. So that's the thing. When I see sometimes with art supply stuff, people they just dump the whole bottle in and like cooking shows and stuff. And it's like that stuff dries out. Make sure put your cap back on because you're gonna have a full bottle and then it's not gonna be full anymore if you forget it. And who wants to be trying to go to the Dwayne Reed in the middle of the night trying to get isopropyl?
One of those.
So then you just have to wait.
You'd have to wait all day.
So don't do that. So I'm just wiping this out and clearing this out. Whoa. Y'all making me wash the dishes? That's gonna be like, whoa. You know what? I saw somebody, they have their YouTube video, and instead of them washing their dishes and doing their laundry, and they had 1.1 million views. I said, you know what? You could go downstairs or go to your own sink and wash your own dishes, and there you go. And I don't understand it. Like I try real hard to make Oh, she know, Cindy know.
What's she know?
What then? How you say it? Here, French speaker.
What's she saying? Guilloche.
Is that how you say that?
That's how you would say that, guilloche.
So that Guilloche. That's that thing. It's really pretty. It's like a spiral, kind of spirography style. Anyways, here you go. I'm wiping it real good. All right, got that ready. So I got this, but I want to have more. I'm a maximalist, so I like to have more this, more that. I don't want the minimum. I want the maximum. So I'm gonna get some. I had these last year, and let me get them real quick. He said, "Where'd William go?" My assistant.
I'm getting an affiliate link trying to get a machine because you've got all my machines over there.
Oh, well, here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
Now my internet's not working.
What you doing?
I don't know.
You know what? If you don't have no isopropyl alcohol, if you don't have any isopropyl alcohol, you can also use baby wipes. I love the baby wipes, y'all. That sounds weird and probably too intimate talk, but these are wonderful. Them hand wipes, great. They're alcohol based, so they also help cut the crud, literally. And you can go out and you can wipe that business out, and it helps. I use it when you work on polymer clay. You know how sometimes your hands get sticky and less than delightful, and then you're like, "What the heck is this? This smear of." Cindy says I can't pronounce it. Guilloche. Or guilloche. So, anyways, that's that stuff. Anyway, so here you go. Some hand wipes. You can also use that. It's alcohol based. And you can put this in there. If you don't have this, you can also, and it smells good. Sometimes they put stuff in there so that your hands don't get dried out. You do have to be careful. Like anything, make sure you have good ventilation so you're not be huffing any chemicals. Now, the other thing that's good about you need to be mindful of is sometimes people have allergies to certain art supplies and materials. So guess what? Put on some gloves. If you know you're sensitive, then use the gloves because that's going to save you and protect you, and you want that force field of protection. So go on ahead and use the gloves if you are sensitive. So we're talking about safety. We are going to be using some mica powders. So you might also want to wear a mask so your boogers aren't colorful. Safety first,
No matter
y'all.
how much you want your boogers to be colorful,
Maybe it's not good to be huffing the metal
you should
powder,
not do that.
but it's up to you. I gave you the warning, and you can do with it what you like. I'm not your mom. I'm not your grandma. You know what? You grown, hopefully, and
This is
can
not
make.
this is not our pass fail test.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's up to you. In the class that I'm in,
You
if
will
I'm
do
in
it.
the class, you have to do it because I'm not gonna get the brain cancer. So, like also like people be sifting enamels all willy nilly style without a mask, and I'm like, all right, y'all, that's powdered glass in the air. So we will be wearing masks if you take an in-person class with me. William wears a mask. I wear a mask. If I don't have a mask, I pull my t-shirt up on my face and cover it. So that's not the best, but it reduces. So, anyways, we're not doing enamel tonight. We're doing this. So there you go. Nancy's watching. Hey, Nancy. Jessica is or Jesse is watching. Hey, Jesse. All right, so we've got these. If you don't have the isopropyl alcohol, this also works. You can also use other things to clean it out. Basically, you want to loosen up any kind of grease that's in the inside that may act as a resist. Now, I have these cute little cabochons. This is a little bat. It's got a foil back on this. So it makes it shine from within. And it's a little bat. Can you see that? That's cute. I also have this teeny tiny little jack-o'-lantern. And I figured it might be cute to have a little scene here. We're going to do a little diorama. Maybe put that in there. Have the bat in the top. Suzanne says sweet. Maybe put this one off to the side.
Can the isopropyl alcohol be any certain percentage of alcohol?
Can it be any of it? It's not. I like to use the 90 or up.
Okay.
It depends what you have locally because excuse me, some places you can't get the real high proof.
I'm just getting affiliate links for everyone.
So here's this. William's working on affiliate links. All right. You like that, or is it too plain? I think we could do more. Do you want to get the Maybe we'll do some beads since we got some beads. Do I got any green seed beads over there?
Do you have any green seed beads? I'm sure we do.
Kind of like a lime green, kind of acid green.
Getting particular.
Yeah, no, I don't want no too dark. I want what I want. It will be in that box by the chair in front of you where you were sitting. That big cardboard box.
Oh, I thought they were over here.
No, I'm trying to clean this room because it's a little bit nightmare time.
Disaster.
It's better than it was. Let me just tell you.
Got these big ones and this green.
I want size 8 or smaller.
How about these?
And please be aware that some of those are cut open.
No, this one is not.
All right, so I've got this. All right, cut a little small entry hole.
Who's got the scissors?
All right, he's got this, some Japanese seed beads. Can you get me some receptacle?
A receptacle.
Correct. All right, got it. All right, I got this little triangle. That bat cabochon is cute. Thanks. I think it's charming. You know, I like a bat. Alright. So I poured just a few seed beads. Y'all probably got some seed beads. Here you go. Look. That's green. And I got them the charm that we done mutilated, but for science. And then we got this little jack-o'-lantern, and we got this little bat. And then I forgot to show this, but I'm going to also wipe the backs. Now, sometimes on the vintage, like rhinestones and stuff, you don't necessarily want to do that because it can take off the metal foil backing, and we don't want to do that. Now, you may be wondering what this stick is with a suspicious something something at the end. You'd be like, what's he doing? What are we looking at here? And it's not a booger, it's beeswax, y'all. See this? It's not booger, it's beeswax. So what I'm gonna do is I did like the prairie time, Little House on the Prairie. I'm gonna make some candles. You know, did y'all ever do that where you went and you had a thing of water and a thing of wax, and then you took a wick and then you dumped it in the wax and then put it in the water and then put it in the wax and put it in the water, and you go and do that back and forth, and then eventually you build up enough wax and it makes a candle, and then you know you have happiness in your heart. So I kind of did that, but with a shish kebab skewer. You know, sometimes people they're like, I have to have this rare stick from France that was cut by a blind monk in the Abbey of Givenchy. Uh, but no, guess what? You can get a shish kebab skewer or a chopstick and use that for a lot of your crafting needs. So, you know, sometimes, a lot of times, people they're like, "Oh, you have to have this certain stick," but guess what? You can just use whatever, and a lot of times it works. And I know that I probably should be pushing, making some kind of thing. Sometimes there's a thing that picks up crystals and stuff, and it's nice, but you know what? You don't have to spend $50 on this stick. You can just get that and make it your own. All right. So what I'm doing now is this has been sitting here like this for a while. So I'm just twiddling this between my fingertips like this. See here? See how I'm doing?
Just like that.
And what this is doing is warming up the wax and making it Nancy says wooden dowel, you fancy. This is the free one that they put in the Chinese food. You can use a stick from outside if you got a tree. But then, you know, just how you like to roll. Yeah, they're from France. No, Suzanne said that. All right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm twiddling this around, and it's warming this up, and it's making it sticky again. Because sometimes when it gets cold, it will be less sticky. I don't want this to be mushy, so that stuff sticks in there for all time, and then I have to worry about picking it out. But I also want it sticky enough that it's actually going to do its job and pick the stuff up. If it's not sticky enough, just keep warming it up. Sometimes you can get a thing of warm water and dip it in there. I would caution you against that merely because it's easier to melt the wax off completely than to do that. And you don't want boiling water because the wax will melt off and then you have to dip it again. All right. So, and the nice thing about beeswax will make you nice and then your hands nice. Get that humectant in there. All right. So up next, what we're gonna do is we got some epoxy sculpt. If you are doing a bunch of projects, go on ahead and get the big one. If you are on your own and you're going to do one project, don't buy this. Do not buy this. If you're going to do one project, don't buy this. This is too big. And guess what? It has a shelf life. So don't go be buying the great biggest size you can get, because this comes in gallon bucket sizes if you need it. But if you're not going to use that but one small project, you don't want to get the great big gigantor Costco size. You want to get the small convenient. They have it. It's like this big by this big, and it's like this, and it has a little clamshell, so you don't even have to worry about losing the lid, and you can just open that up. That small size is great because then you can do one or two projects, sometimes more if you're careful, and then you can then you don't it doesn't waste. Because sometimes if you get a great big size like this, we teach classes on how to use epoxy. So we get these big sizes, and then sometimes usually by the end of the class I'm out of it. So that's why we don't buy all like little tiny things. But if you as an individual and you're not teaching a class of 20 people or 50 people or however many things, then you may want to get the small size.
The 1 pound and the quarter pound.
This is very useful stuff.
4 pound. You really want to get big.
I told you, it comes big if you're going to do that. And it's useful. It's super useful. When this cures fully, it turns rock hard.
That's the 1 pound size, right?
And it's 8-ounce containers, and there's 2 of them, so that'd be 1 pound. Right. So I do like this brand. There's a bunch of different brands. It's basically plumber's putty. If you don't have if you can't find this, you can use plumber's putty. And it does the same thing. And the way that we're going to do this, you're going to not see any of the problems. And by problems, I mean the color of the clay, which is not necessarily a problem. But the nice thing about epoxy sculpt is it does, some of it comes pre-dyed. And before Esper got wild, they used to make a kit that you could get, and you can buy it. It would be from S-Word Crystal, and apparently it's made in Germany. I don't even know if that's any good anymore. It's probably rock hard. Anyways, there you go. And William, he added an affiliate link. Now, the other thing that you can also do to be fancy is this is made in the Czech Republic, and they're called non-perials, which basically means they have no holes, and they're tiny little glass beads with no holes. And sometimes you have to put no hole beads or non-perial. I'm probably saying that wrong, but whatever. All right, so I got this. We don't sell that. Maybe one day. All right. So at this point in my life, I need to make a decision. I need to decide what hand's going to do what. That sounds weird, but I'm going to pick left hand and right hand. I'm going to designate it for the clay. This comes in a 2-part mix, a part A and a part B. And I'm going to put one hand is only going to do this one, and one hand's only going to do this one. And the reason why is that if you cross-contaminate, it may not harden immediately, but it will harden eventually. And we don't want to waste the clay. So I got part A and a part B, and A is going to be my left hand and B is going to be my right hand. Now, again, if you have sensitivities to chemicals, then this is time for gloves. I don't usually have to worry about that, so I'm not going to do that. So this is a time where we're going to do science and precisely eyeball. And then you'd be like, but that's not how that works. Science does not work with the precisely eyeball. All right, so what we need is 2 equal sizes of this epoxy sculpt. And I'm going to do it with my left hand. And I'm going to make a size that's about the size of a garbanzo bean or a chickpea. Maybe even a little less. Hey, William, can you get me another bezel? Can you get me another bezel? Now this one you can tell. We had this in a class, and that may have been cross-contaminated. So we're gonna be learning and growing together. All right. So thanks. And put down. All right. So I've got another one, and then you can kind of look. That one I need a little bit more. All right. So I'm gonna put that in there, and we want this to be about the same size. And then I'm gonna close this up and make sure to put the thing on the appropriate container. If you forget, sometimes that residue from the inside of the container will contaminate your other one, and then you'll have a hard time in your life because then it's going to turn rock hard. And you'll be like, but I only used it that one time. Well, there you go. So I've got the 2 balls, and then I'm going to mash them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this until I have an even and consistent color. I don't want no Mr. Streaky up in here. I want this to be nice and even and one color, because if it's streaky, that means it's not mixed. So notice I'm pinching, twisting, and folding. Pinching, twisting, and folding. And I'm doing this so that it's nice and even in consistency as well. The other one got kind of hardened and was a little bit dried out style. So I want to make sure that this is nice and easy. So what I'm also going to do right now is it's pretty much the same color. And I'm going to roll it into a nice little ball here. And I want this to be relatively smooth. I want this to be great big lumpy bumpy folds in this business showing all up in the crack. All right, so I'm going to slightly smush this down as well. And what I'm going to do is, see how that's got that kind of crack on that? I want that. So I'm going to put that on the back. And then I'm going to put this in the middle, and I'm going to work the clay to the edge of my bezel. I'm pressing firmly down to make sure that there's a full adhesion to the surface of the metal bezel. I do not want to have just lightly press it in there and then it's going to pop right out. All right. So I've got this in here like so. I press this in there inside. And then I'm going to take my beeswax applicator and I'm going to pick up my charm. And I'm going to place that like so. All right. And then I'm going to push so that there is a nice full adhesion. It sticks where there's surface contact. If you don't have the surface contact, it's not going to stick. I'm going to pick up my bat. I'm going to place my bat where I want it, and I'm going to press firmly. If you don't press firmly enough, it's going to pop out, and we don't want that to happen. I'm going to take my jack-o'-lantern, and I'm going to place this like so. All right, and press firmly. Sometimes what people will do also is they will kind of push the clay up over it to create a lip. You know what? That's good, but you don't necessarily have to do that. Generally speaking, the clay, if it's fresh enough, it'll be sticky enough. So you're gonna say, "What you doing with them seed beads? You got all them seed beads. What you doing?" All right, I'm going to take the seed bead. I'm going to push it and place them. I'm not pressing them down right now. Not fully. I'm going to just place them right now. All right, so I'm picking it up with my very expensive, very fancy beeswax applicator, and I'm pushing it, I'm putting them, I'm placing my seed beads now. All right, can you all see that? All right, so I'm going to continue to place my seed beads, but I'm not pushing them down yet. All right, you have to wait, you have to want it. No, that sounds weird. All right, so here we go. I'm pushing, I'm placing. And this is kind of a fun thing. If you want to do ombre effect, you can do ombre. You know, some of us maybe have more than one or two seed beads in our collection. And this is an opportunity. You know, you can get, you know, some people they have more seed beads than I do, and I have a store. And but you know what? You can do whatever your heart tells you. This is an opportunity for you to go bananas and do whatever you want for the design. You can make patterns, you can make words, you can do whatever you want. Now, if your end of your C of your beeswax gets blunted by constant pushing, then you can also adjust it by squishing it some more and making it into more of a point. Sometimes a hair gets in there. Don't worry about it. It adds character. Now, if it gets in your project, then do worry about it. Then pick it out. But if it's in the beeswax, whatever, it's not gonna look pristine. The beeswax is not gonna look pristine. It's gonna pick up stuff. So you just have to be okay with that. Or you get a crystal ninja. And they're very nice. I'm not talking smack, so don't go running telling nobody about nothing. But you know, sometimes we don't have crystal ninja funds. So there you go. Whoop. Now, the reason why I'm just placing them right now is because I don't want to commit just yet. I do have to make a decision kind of soon in my life about the placement. And you can flip over your shish kebab skewer or chopstick or whatever, and you can use that to adjust the placement. If, for example, you know, sometimes the beeswax is too sticky, so you can use the other end of that to help you move stuff if you want. But I'm not pushing hard because once they start pushing, it's going to start moving the clay around or the epoxy sculpt. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I want to be able to move these. Say if I don't like a seed bead somewhere, then I want to to have the autonomy to go and pick that business out and not have to be committed to it. Sometimes if you push too early, then you have to get like an all out or a needle or something, and then you have to go and do that, and then you have to smooth out the clay, and the more you work with the clay, sometimes it makes it less sticky. So you want to be able to um, have this be sticky enough to hold the stuff in place. All right. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more, and then we're gonna call it neat. All right. Once you finally are happy with this, then you can go in and gently press using an even pressure with the tip of your finger. And I see where I kind of messed up. That's fine, whatever. I'm gonna pick that one off. Whoop. And you want to make sure that it's embedded in the clay. Otherwise, it's gonna pop right out. All right. And you can also use the end of your your dowel, shish kebabs, your French twig to press it in if you want more localized pressure. All right. So I got this. I'm pressing, I'm pressing, I'm pressing. I'm happy in my heart. There you go. All right. So this is what it looks like right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of those non-parallels. And I'm just going to, well, first of all, I'm going to dump this back in the bag because I'm done with those. And I don't want them to end up everywhere. Because we buy it by the bulk, y'all. So that's how we do. And then I'm going to pour a little bit of these non-parallels. How do you call that? Non-parallel.
Which really it means it has no equal or no match.
Well, I don't know about that. So basically, it looks like sand. William, can you fix your screen?
What's wrong?
It's yellow again. You know, like how it's my warning. It says hurry up. All right. So basically, it looked like fancy sand. So this is where it's going to get interesting. So I'm going to take my finger, and it's lightly sticky. And I'm going to pick that up and see how it made a little crust. I'm going to lightly press that in there. See? 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 And be like, I don't know if I want to take a class with him after this. I hope that people will like it and they'll be entertained. Because sometimes I've been to classes and there's, like, the teacher is real dry toast. And then, like, I don't know. My mind wanders and goes off into another universe. And I then took a nap and get up. So I hope to make learning fun. You're not going to get bored. All right, so I'm pressing. I want this to be fully adhered, y'all, you know. See here, this? And I want that to be real pressed in there like so, okay? Now, I'm going to take this over the trash can and wipe it off because I don't need to find that somewhere else. And guess what, y'all? Them baby wipes, hand wipes. What am I talking about? This one's not for babies. This one's for grown-up. I mean, it doesn't smell like something, I don't know. If you want to use that. Here, William, can you put this tape away now that I'm done with it? In the files. Clear my area. Alright, so I've successfully wiped my fingers so that they're nice and clean and happy. And then also there's a cardboard box right there on the floor of mica powders. And I have these in my pocket. It's a long, skinny box. No, it's cardboard and it's towards the top.
Do you see it? Or you just...
I brought it up. I'm going to pour that in there. And then I'm going to also wipe out the inside of this. Oh, never mind. Trixie, I prepared too good, y'all. So I got a bunch of different colors. And I've got a green. This is kind of a wild. This is Perlax. And you can I bought this business on the some of it. Basically, whenever I see this, sometimes I find these on Facebook Marketplace for cheap, and I'll get them. People get it for like whatever resin crafts they're doing, and then they're like, "Oh, $1 for everything." I'm like, "All right, load it up." So if you don't have access to that, then you can get that. So, anyways, I've got this, and I've got 2 brushes because I don't want to cross contaminate. And the first thing I'm going to do is dip it into this. This is the time to put the mask on if you're worried about that. But like I said, I'm not your mom. So some people, they don't want to put the mask on. I'm not putting the mask on because you won't be able to hear what I say because already people say I mumble. So here. And I'm just going to paint this on like so. Let me put this on top of something so that you can actually see what I'm doing so it's not so far from the camera. Is that a little bit better? Here, maybe I put this. Oh my gosh, you can actually see what we're doing. How about that, y'all? And I'm pushing this in there. This is not a fancy brush, as you can see. So, you know, there you go. So where it touches the epoxy sculpt is where it's going to stick. If it does not have surface adhesion, it will not stick. So just so you know, if you glob this on and put one mountain full on top, only the layer that's in direct contact with the clay will stick, and then you're wasting your Perlax. So do not go heavy-handed because you want to make it look like Tammy Faye Baker in her eyeshadow. Do not do Tammy Faye Baker eyeshadow level of coverage. We want something very classy, very demure, and just a light touching of it. Don't get wild. All right, we get the other brush. And we're going to go, remember, very light, very austere.
Look how good that's looking.
Thanks. It's like I've done it. Holy
like
smoke.
You're an artist or something.
What? Imagine that. And then I'm going to go here. I'm going to go and press it in there. You know, I think that would look better with like a charcoal. But, you know, and also if you don't have these Perlex powders, guess what? You can do stuff. That's not the end of the world. Some places, we had one customer and she lived in like some remote part of South Africa. And so she's like, I can't get half this stuff that you're showing. And so, you know, there's options. So if you have a piece of charcoal, guess what? You know, you burn a log and you got a little piece of charcoal there. Go ahead, grab that, get a rock from the ground and smash it.
Shave it off.
And grind it up. And make your own powders. And guess what? It sticks. Works. Probably works even better. That's how they did that before they had Michael's and before they had Joann's and all the other ones.
Before Allegory Gallery.
Well, we don't make pigment powders, but we could. And I'm just gently pressing. You can also use a smaller brush. See, look at how I'm like, oh, you can see it now. But you know what? All the people left now that you can see what's actually happening.
They left us?
There's like 5 people watching.
What?
What happened? Something happening? You all have to go to the bathroom at the same time? All right. So I'm going to go and I'm knock this off in the trash can on the thing. Like Bob Ross style. And then I'm gonna wipe my brushes. So the other thing you need to be mindful of, if you have an open jar, do not leave open jars around, because especially if you're in a classroom setting, because then that's on the floor and then nobody gets to use it because it's going to get knocked into the universe. All right, so I've got this and I can just wipe my brushes out, and that's going to take the powder out of the ends of the brush. All right, so there you go. And what I'm going to do now is, while it's still kind of fresh, I'm going to kind of press that into the surface of the clay. Wipe my finger off so I make sure that I'm not cross-contaminating too much. And do the other side. Unless you want to have like an ombre. If you want to have an ombre, you can do an ombre. But what I'm doing is I'm pressing this in there so it gets a nice surface adhesion. And then you can look at it and make sure, see if you have any parts where where it didn't get coverage. So look at it from different angles, because sometimes you start seeing stuff that you don't see if you look just from one way. So if something's kind of sticking up, you can kind of level it out that way. All right, so I'm gonna put this and let this cure. Usually the stuff, it when it cures, it's sticky and most adhesive for 30 minutes. And then it will cure rock hard in 24 hours, but it does cure in like an hour. It starts hardening, and since there's not a ton of it. Sometimes when you have a great big ball of it, it has a thing called mass sensitivity, and that helps cure it quicker. I don't know the science of that, but my mind is that there's more material and there's more chemical and there's more chance of a chemical reaction. But uh, this is good. We're going to set this off. In 24 hours, it's going to cure and it's going to be hard, and then it's going to be rock hard and fully cured for 48 hours. So just keep that in mind. You can work with it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of warm water, and I'm going to put it on the end of a soft cloth, and I'm going to gently wipe off the excess. There will be excess. There will be excess. So don't worry about it. If you're looking at it right now and you're like, oh my gosh, that looks so like a kid made that. Don't worry about it. We're going to do this, and then there's going to be a reveal.
You want me to get you a wet cloth?
No, because it has to cure.
Oh.
So we'll show it maybe tomorrow. And the other thing that I'm going to say about this is you're going to put this in a place that's not going to get knocked around by the cats or whatever. So if you put this in a Tupperware, that's going to help.
Cats?
Yeah, if you have a Tallulah, then you put this somewhere it's not going to get stole. And then once this is fully cured and I do the wipe off, then what I'm going to do is I always like to go over with a little bit of acrylic paint, and then I kind of just tighten up some of the shadows and details and add it. I do a little dry brush technique of where I put just a little bit on and then I wipe it off. And that's going to do it. All right, so now you know how to use these bezels. If you don't have a lot of talking and explaining, this goes real fast. We teach this as a make and take at parties, and people are drunk and they still can do this, and they do it.
And some people take an hour, and some people take 5 minutes
or less.
Yeah.
I had
just all depends how much you want to put into it.
One of our friends, she's the executive director at this place, and she's a little bit impatient, and in the very best way, because she has a lot to do. So she took this and she smeared the clay inside the cavity, and then she took and put there's some seed beads on the table. She turned upside down, smushed on the seed beads, and she said, "Done." And that was it. It was less than 30 seconds. Some people, they take the chopstick and they pick one. Oh, that messed up. They get the ruler out. They doing some Pythagorean theorem, and I'm like, all right, I guess you could. You can make faces, you can make shapes, you can do whatever you want. So there you go. All right, so next up, we're going to show you the bezels that you can get so that you can do this in your home. And you know what? You can do other things too. So if you don't want to mess with epoxy sculpt, you can do resin, UV resin, you can powder coat, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can set all kinds of stuff in here. And then you're going to be so happy in your heart. And then you know what's even better? I got this. We're going to do Bob Ross. Happy little beads. Happy little beads. All right. I'm going to put this off to the side. Put this off to the side. And put this away. And put this away. See, look how good I'm being. I'm being so nice. Maybe you give somebody, if they want that as a charm, they can have that. And then, guess what? Then you take up your tape. And then, let me see. Now that I'm like, so easy, so quick. You take up your Scotch tape. Generally, I like to use painter's tape because so you don't accidentally stick to the table. And then your whole mess, you just go like this. And go like this. And go like this. And go like this. And go like this. I'm gonna use that little piece of tape, and then made a little packet of trash. Isn't that cute?
Easy cleanup.
This one then got something on that. All right, no, I don't have it. And guess what? This hand wipe is still fresh. So I'm gonna go, and William's gonna come on the TV, and then y'all gonna be happy in your heart to see the lots tonight.
Because you can do this with these lots.
Correct. All right. You want that fabric again?
Of course I do.
I'm just drying this with my hand.
Smearing.
That's a thing, right? All right. Where's the penny?
Right there. Okie dokie.
Did y'all like that?
What'd y'all think? Dale said, I
enjoyed.
enjoyed that, Andrew.
Oh, thanks. Are you the only one?
Dale says, setting a good example how to do it right.
Good.
We like to set the good examples, not the terrible examples.
Sometimes I do that too.
Sometimes we do. That was cool, Andrew, says Michelle. Suzanne says, very cool.
Back to the dramatic lighting.
Maria says, yes, another use of the bezel.
Mm-hmm. I think bezels are super useful. I used to have to make my own, and that's fine, but sometimes you have other stuff in your life to do, or you have, you don't necessarily have a metalsmithing studio set up. So,
and for those of you who are local and would like to maybe do these kind of things with us in the store, let us know in the comments so that we know that maybe you'd like to get together and make these kind of things with us in the store sometime. All right, here we go. Let me put up the banner. Y'all know how to do this, but in case you're new or you haven't watched before or it's been a while, Here's how we do this. We give you a lot number. These are BZ lots for bezel. BZ1, BZ2. We're going to 31 today. I had an extra, so I think I did 31 lots today. And you take that BZ number, put it in the subject line of an email, send that email to info@allegorygallery.com. That is the only way you can claim, is by sending us an email. We know it might be easier for you to claim via comments or messages, but we only accept claims via email because a lot of times the comments are not in order on Facebook anymore. Or in the case of Instagram, the comments go away completely whenever we close down this live for the night. So the best way to do it is send us an email. That way everything is fair. Everyone's email comes in, it's time-stamped, and it makes it very easy for us to go through at the end of the night and send out invoices. All right, so send us an email. This down here, this is MLA. This is multiple lots available is what that means. There's usually a number down here that tells you how many of them there are. This one, there's a good, but we have a lot of these. So if you want to claim more than one, put BZ1 times 5 in the subject line, for example, and you'll be getting 5 of those at the price listed here, which is $3 each. All right. Any questions? Let me know in the comments. Charlie was popping in and out. Can't watch with sound. Oh no. Well, thank you for watching, Charlie. If you rewatch, you'll know I said thank you. All right. So where my ruler? We buried my ruler. So here's the ruler. Here's the first bezel. This is the first one Andrew started working with, or attempted to start working with. And this one is, I think, 30 millimeter. It's about a 30, well, let's see, the inside of it is 30 millimeter. 30 millimeter round bezel, BZ1. They were $4. We're doing them for you for $3 each. $3 each today. These prices generally, when we cross them out, mark them lower, they're good for 24 hours. So if you're rewatching this video, you can get them within 24 hours. Otherwise, we usually go up to that price. All right. So BZ1 is this bezel, 30 millimeter round with a bail. BZ1. Multiple lots are available. Let me check my junk mail here to make sure. Let's clear out the junk mail so that I can tell if anything goes in there. And here we go. All right, so that's BZ1. How's everyone doing? Everybody doing okay? Got lots of bezels for you here tonight. 31 lots of them to be exact. Hopefully you like bezels. Hopefully you want to try this stuff at home. Vanessa enjoyed it. Says have a lot of those bezels. Good. You can get more tonight if you need. I put affiliate links in the YouTube comments. I'm sorry, in the Facebook comments on our Facebook, the actual Facebook video. It's also streaming from me and maybe some other places, but the one that's streaming from our Allegory Gallery page, there are affiliate links for all the things like the epoxy sculpt and the beeswax and the hand wipes, anything Andrew mentioned, I tried to put in there. I also put them in the description of this video on YouTube. I tried to put YouTube comments, but it was not cooperating. So they're in the description of the video. And if you use those, they go to Amazon. We get a little kickback on everything you buy when you use those links. So when you do use them, you have to use them within like 24 or 48 hours or something. So if you're going to go buy, don't put it in your cart and hold it there for days and days because we don't get a kickback then. So help us. If you're going to do big box shopping like that, you can at least help us that way. BZ2, this is a 30 millimeter as well, but in this gunmetal color. And we have 5 of these available at $3 each. 5 of these available at $3 each. BZ2. Marty the Dragon joined us. I don't know if you're still out there, Marty. Thank you for joining us on Instagram if you are. BZ3. This is the black bezel in 30mm round. In black, this is the one Andrew used for his, no, he used the other one. He used the first one.
Silver.
The bronze.
Oh. Oh.
Or brass.
Careful, don't drop anything on that.
No, it's good. The brass. There's the black one.
I should use that for the horn.
BZ3. There's only 3 of these available at $3 each.
Are people getting them?
So far, no.
I guess y'all don't like the project. Ooh.
Oh, Andrew's getting his feelings hurt. BZ4, this is the silver. There are 12 of these available.
Nice and bright.
Nice and bright silver.
See, the
Imagine
pattern
that.
on the back is that one.
Hmm.
The pattern on the back is that.
And the inside, too. Guilloche. They don't know where the etymology of that word is. They think it's from a guy named Guillot at some point. Maybe. There it is. BZ4, 30mm round. 12 of those available, $3 each.
And you don't have to use it for the project that we showed.
No, of course not. These are just good bezels for anything. Use them for resin, use them for lots of stuff.
But with seed beads, if you don't want to put charms and stuff and little cabochons and things in there, you can make a pattern using the seed beads and do like a micro mosaic.
Mm-hmm.
You can do micro mosaic just like this with stringer.
This is the BZ5, 30mm in copper. We have 3 of these.
And these are about 1 millimeter deep. So if you want to put stuff that has a great big pointy back on it, then what you're going to do is you're going to mound up the clay, and then that's going to be able to make like a cushion if you have something with a pointy back or you have something that's a little bit more sculptural.
Yeah, these are probably 1.5mm or so deep. 1 to 1.5. So they're shallow.
But you also, sometimes you don't want King Kong style.
No, they start to get deep and thick and heavy. You fill them with stuff.
Mm-hmm. I made one piece that I have that made a custom bezel, and it was probably half an inch thick. And I was like, oh, that's so cool, so cool. And it was cool, but it was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So just be aware that the more clay you add and the more stuff you stick in, the heavier it gets.
Yep. All right, now we're going up to the bigger size. This is approximately 38mm in silver. Still only $3. We have 11 of these available. 38mm in silver. Already guilloched for you.
Now, I know some of y'all do the seed beading. You can make, there's this lady on the internet, her name Bead Crumbs, Hawaii, and she make this Hawaii style kind of brick stitch patterns, and they're so stinking cute. But then you're like, what the heck I do with all these little giblets? Because you make them from the pattern, and then they're so cute, and you're like, what am I going to do with it? Guess what? You can embed those into the surface of the clay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Make whole scenes of stuff.
Uh-huh. You make your own little, you make a palm tree and some shells or who knows what.
We've sold some BZ4 and BZ5. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
BZ7, this is the copper in the 38mm size, the larger size. Still very thin. Makes it very easy to keep the weight light. And again, this is the size This is the bigger size from what Andrew used earlier. So this is what he used. So you can get an idea of the size difference. A little extra, it's 8 millimeters. Anna says that was great fun to see, or that was great fun to see your process.
I got more tricks, y'all.
You got lots more tricks.
Y'all thought that's it for my tricks?
Remember, to claim these, you have to send us an email, info@allegorygallery.com with the lot number. So this is BZ8 coming up. You send BZ8 in the subject line of an email, info@allegorygallery.com. We have a few claims, BZ7 now as well. Thank you so much. Hello, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. This is $3. Yeah, 3. Please send us an email if you'd like to claim. We only do emails because comments end up disappearing or not in order, and we only have limited. We have 3 of these ones, for example. Got to make sure they come in the order first come, first serve. So BZ8, send us an email with that in the subject line to info@allegorygallery.com if you'd like to claim any of these. Only $3. This is the gold version of the 38 millimeter bezel. So again, this is what Andrew showed you how to do with the epoxy clay and all these fun little things.
It'll look better after the excess powder is removed.
Yeah, all that stuff will be able to be seen once the powder is removed.
Mm-hmm. So, like right now, some of the stuff got covered with mica powder.
We didn't do the magic of TV thing today.
No.
Which means we had another one ready.
No, and then I left all the samples with the cottage from previous classes, so sorry.
Sorry, everybody. We have BZ8. There's only one of those left. And there are 2 of the BZ7s left. Thank you so much. BZ9 coming up. BZ9. This is the brass color of the 38 millimeter. There are 5 of these available, BZ9. And remember, when you send those emails, you can claim them all if you want them all, right? Just because there's like 5, you don't have to claim just 4 and leave 1. Claim them if you want them. I know some people do that. I can tell, because then they send me an email later saying, if there's any of these left, I might want that one. You can claim them. It's all right.
I know sometimes people get where they don't want to claim, be like a hog or something.
Yeah, but if you can use them, claim them.
I'd rather they go to a good home than not.
Right, and $3. $3 for these beautiful bezels, already guilloche. They've got that pattern in there for you. BZ9, $3, 5 of them available. Remember, just send us an email with the lot number in the subject line. Hit send. I'll be in touch then to send you an invoice and get your information if you're new. Or you can just send me your billing or your shipping address. That makes it easy too. If you're new or if you've moved, make sure you update your shipping address with us and we'll get an email invoice right out to you via Square. We email via Square or invoice via Square. All right, these are cool. This is, hold on. That one is a little bit, let me do this one. Whoa. There we go. This is the black. I had this one. This one just has a little where the black came off. So I'm going to reduce this. We're going to have 4 of these available unless somebody doesn't mind that. You could use a...
In the middle of the bezel?
No, on the edge where you might see it. So you could probably use a Sharpie and be fine, but a Dentapen, use that, cover it up. But
have like pretty one.
We're going to say we have 4 of these available. BZ10, unless you don't mind, and you can claim all 5 if you'd like. This is the 38 millimeter size. $3 each only. Nice bezel for $3. Where are you gonna find bezel that they're nice for $3? Get them now, everybody.
Yeah, I'm always on the search for them. So a good bezel is a good bezel.
That's right.
So I'm always on the lookout.
And this is a great project. Once you do it a few times yourself, if you are near any little craft centers or you teach at any places, this is a great thing that you can teach anywhere. It's portable, it's easy. At this price, you can buy up these bezels and sell them for your projects to your students, and show people how to do this too. Spread the love.
Yeah, nothing I'm showing is like revolutionary.
Yeah, it's not proprietary information here. You can take this, make it your own, teach in your local centers if you want to, and get the nice supply of bezels here for not a lot of money.
I will say that if you go on to teach this, it is good to credit where you learned.
Always. This is about 23 millimeters by 30 millimeters. 23 by 30, oval, $3. 10 of this color available in the brass. BZ11.
And if you didn't see yesterday, we did a Halloween debut. So we launched 13 kits. Some of the kits are sold out, but there's still a lot available.
13 Halloween kits and 2 luxury bead blends. So if you didn't see yesterday's show with lots of Halloween stuff and you're trying to get ready for Halloween, get them now so we can get them shipped out to you quickly. So you have time to make for Halloween. All right, here's BZ12. This is the silver version of that oval. 19 of these available. We've got a lot of these ones. We've stocked up on the silver because people love the silver. BZ12, silver oval, what did I say, 23 by 30. 23 by 30 millimeters. Please remember to like, hit the thumbs up, share our videos, let people know we exist. We are a small store located in Johnstown, Pennsylvania.
And word of mouth definitely helps.
Yes, it does.
I know sometimes people think, oh, it doesn't really help, but we've pretty much built our business on word of mouth.
Mm-hmm. This is the copper version, 23 by 30 millimeters, $3 only.
Sometimes people get secretive and they don't want to share where they get stuff.
9 of these available.
You know what? We have so much stuff and we're on
we go live every weekday. We've got lots of stuff for y'all.
So there's, I'm pretty much sure that there's more than enough to share.
That's right. And it keeps us in business. You want to keep us in business, keep sharing for us.
Because otherwise, then we go out of business and then their source dries up.
Right.
Then I'll always make stuff, but then you're going to have to make William get a job.
William doesn't want to get another job. Don't make me do it.
And then, you know, we might have to move. So, you know.
BZ. Woo. BZ 14. $3 for the black bezel. 23 by 30 millimeters.
Cute.
Yeah, these are really great. These are great if you want to do like little like you was talking about those seed beads, like little portraits. A little portrait in there in seed beads. I know Michelle could do that kind of stuff. She's got the program for it.
You can also, so if, for example, say you are not somebody who seed beads or you want to mess with this.
Like me.
You know what? There's a way of doing image transfers.
Ooh, Andrew didn't show you the image transfers. Maybe if we sell enough bezels, he'll do another tutorial on them.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe not tonight.
I'm looking at the number so far, and it's not looking
It's like nobody wants bezels.
You know what? We get asked for bezels all the time.
Yeah, we do, actually. That's what's so weird. We get asked for them all the time, and when we sell them, we don't sell them.
It's kind of like that, I kind of feel.
Norma says, I like that black bezel. Still available. Now, this one is 20 millimeters. It's a littler. 20 millimeters, $3. 2 of them available in the copper color. Yeah, the blacks are very nice. I like the black bezels. I like the bright silver ones too.
Nice and clean looking.
Mm-hmm. Copper's nice too.
I love copper.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what's next? BZ16, of course. BZ16. Only one of these available. This is the 20 millimeter one in the brass color. 20 millimeter in brass. BZ16, $3. This one only available. All right, what's next? BZ17. We've got some of these smaller ones again in this beautiful bright silver. We have 3 of these available in the small size, the 20 millimeter. Doing the inside, 20 millimeter. BZ17. $3. Everything $3, almost. We have some things that are less than $3 coming up tonight too. And some things that are more than $3 coming up tonight too. BZ18. Now I like these a lot. These are connectors. So they've got 2 bells, and these are about 16 millimeters on the inside. Yep, just about 16 millimeter squares. Now, someone in one of our classes got a bunch of these, and they put them together and made their own bracelet out of them. So they jump ring them together. I just lost one on the floor. They jump ring them together and made their own bracelet using the epoxy clay, which was really, really cool. So these are available, $3 each, 12 of them available. The connectors. BZ19. We have the long rectangular. We have 3 of these available. So these are approximately 50 by 10. 50 millimeters by 10 in inches. That's about 2 inches by just about a half an inch. Just about a half an inch. BZ19. Vanessa says, can you put one on top of your wrist? Yes, I can do that. There you go. That was BZ18, by the way. BZ18 are these ones. This is BZ19. We sold a number of the BZ18s already. Thank you so much. We still have some available, though. We have about 9 left, I think. So this is BZ19. We've got 3 of that size and color in the copper. No, I'm sorry, that's the brass color. Brass color. Then we have BZ20. This is the bright silver. And again, that was what, 50 by 10 millimeters, or 2 inches by half an inch. We only have one of this one available, BZ20. One available in the bright. Sold 3 more of the BZ18 so far, so we have 6 of them left. Those are the connectors. And BZ21, this is a silver with a little bit of gunmetal color. It's a little bit blackened. And this is the 50 by 10, or 2 inches by half an inch. BZ21. We've sold all 3 of the BZ19s. Thank you so much. This is BZ21. One of these available, $3. And we've got about 10 more lots to go. And I have them over on the floor. Let me go get them because I ran out of room on the desk with the project today. And they, of course, got kicked too, so they're out of order. So let me do my best here to get these in order. What did I leave off on? 20. Where'd they go? All right. Here we go. That was 21. 22. 22. Now for something totally different. BZ22. These are $2 for these little pumpkins. These are the little pumpkins Andrew used in his, these little cabochons, the flat backs. You get, I think, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them for that price. 12 for $2. And we have multiple lots of these available. $12 of them for $2. BZ22. Those are the ones that Andrew used. You can see it right there in that project. BZ22, $2 for 12 of those little pumpkin cabochons. Tiny, tiny. And then BZ23, you might know what that is if you can take an educated guess.
Some people said they like them.
I know. So we have BZ23 are these little bats. So these are the bats. You get 12 little bats as well for $2. And those are the bats he used in that project. I can't even get them close enough. There we go. Little bats. Yeah. BZ23, $2 each for 12 of them. Multiple lots available. You can claim as many as you want, and I will try and get you as many as I can. I don't have an exact count on those because we got a little baggie of them. And then we're going back to Bezels, y'all. BZ24. $1.50 each for these itty bitty ones. Little bitty bezels. BZ24, these are approximately 7 millimeters on the inside. 7 millimeters round on the inside. BZ24, I've got 3 of them in this copper color. All right, 3 of those, $1.50 each. BZ25. We've got 20 of these gold ones. 20 of the gold little ones at $1.50 each. And again, this is about 7 millimeters on the inside. BZ25. We've just sold 2 of the 3 BZ24s, so we still got 1 of those left. BZ25, I've got 20 of these available in the gold. And they have the guilloche on the inside. The back on these is flat. These make great little earrings if you want to design something in the epoxy clay in the earrings. These would be super cute. BZ26. Now we have them in this brass color, the 7 millimeter in the brass. It's kind of an antiqued brass, which is really pretty. I love antique brass. Look at how warm and wonderful that is. So nice. Cute little bezels, 7 millimeter on the inside. 11 of these available, BZ26. 11 of those. We just sold 4 of the BZ25s. That brings us down to 16 of those still available.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Glad people are liking these.
Oh, good.
Some people are liking these.
I get nervous sometimes.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen. We put a lot into these shows, and you never know. You hope people like what we do. We do have to do one every weekday, so we know that not everyone's going to like everything, but hopefully some people like a little bit of everything. Here are the silver ones. I've got 16 of the silver. BZ27. Ooh, I can't even hold on to it. BZ27.
Oh, and another thing I kind of want to mention is that if you claim something and you don't really plan on claiming anything else, just go on ahead and email us and say that you're done claiming, especially at the end of an event. That way, sometimes we kind of hold stuff sometimes so that people shipping, we can combine shipping.
Yeah, many of our live viewers are regulars.
And they claim stuff every day.
They claim stuff a little bit every day or every other day, a little here and there. And to save on shipping, we wait a little while before we ship. But if you are buying something and you're like, I want it now, I'm not buying anything else, at least not that I know of, or I need this now, just send us an email so we know, and we can ship it out right away for you. Otherwise, it gets put in with the log of other shipping, and we put it in on the kind of wait a little while list. Because we found that most people would prefer us to wait a little while and combine their shipping than to ship out a package every single time. Because that would get expensive in shipping for a lot of people.
But if you don't mind, then you can also let us know about that.
Yep.
And we can try to keep a note.
So these are BZ28. This is the ice resin bezels.
I love those. They don't make them anymore.
They don't make these anymore. These were $7. We're doing them for $6 for y'all, which is a great deal. There are only 2 of this style available.
My friend Susan Leonard makes that, or used to You
Yeah.
find them.
Suzer Leonard, Rune bezels. This is BZ28. There are 2 of these available. They were $7. They are now $6 for y'all. If you'd like them, 2 of them available. These have been very popular in the past. I'm surprised we actually still have these. Dug them out of the archive here.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes they're in the stash.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
There's more up here. It's just natural.
He's like, if that's not the last of them, don't worry about that either. BZ29, this is another one of these Susan Leonard ice resin bezels. So you can use these with resin, you can use these with epoxy clay. Was $7, now $6 for y'all. 1 of these available only. BZ29, 1 of these. This on the inside is about 22 millimeters. BZ29. When we do classes with these are sometimes the most popular bezels.
Because they got a nice size.
Yeah, they give you plenty of room to work with.
And they're nice and kind of decorative too.
This one, let me get it out of the bag. This was $7 as well. Now $6 for y'all. This is just a nice big square in silver.
Silver plated.
And this is about 32 millimeters on the inside. Yeah, about 32 by 32 square. Look how shiny. You can see the camera. 1 of these available only. BZ30. And then I did 1 more lot because I didn't want to let these ones just hang out, because I thought you might like these ones too. These are BZ31. There are 2 of them available. They were $7.
Did you show the earring pair?
No, I didn't do those. You want to do those?
Sure.
Grab them if you can. BZ31, this is a rectangle. It is approximately 21 on the inside by 43. 21 by 43, BZ31. There are 2 of these available. Sorry, I got my fingerprints on. I just took them out of the pack and already my fingerprints are all over them. BZ31. They were $7. You can see $7 down to $6 for y'all for this show for the 24 hours. BZ31. And Andrew's going to do a BZ32. I had to rip paper off of some of those other lots. You got some? BZ33 or 32.
32. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So BZ32. Thank you. BZ32 are these earring pairs. You're getting a pair for $6. And ooh, that blinded me. Okay. Now I can't see. The inside of these are about 12 millimeters. 12 millimeters for these earring pairs. BZ32. 6 pairs available, $6 each. BZ32 in silver. They come with the ear wires. They come as seen here.
And those are silver plated.
These are silver plated. That's a great deal then. 6 of them at $6 a pair. All right, and then
is that right?
EZ33.
Did you already do those ones?
I did not do these ones. Nope. So we're good. EZ33 are these rounds. These are a little bit deeper, I think, than the other ones.
I love these.
And these are about 20 millimeters. They're a little deeper. I think we had 20 millimeter ones before, but they weren't as, they were thinner. So this is BZ33. There are 10 of these available. Again, these are $3. They were $4, taking them down to $3 for you. You got a little bit more depth to them. I'm going to put a little bit thicker things in there. BZ33, 10 of these available. BZ34. Just one of these available. This is an earring pair in a round, and this is approximately a 16 millimeter. 16 millimeter. Is that right? Did I do that right? Yeah, about a 16 millimeter round. Bezel, cup bezel. One pair of these available ear wires. These are the silver plated. $6 for the one pair. Only one available. Thank you to all of those out there who are hanging in there with us as we add more to today's instead of stopping at 31.
Yeah, I figure we should just do them all. Otherwise, it's just kind of hanging out.
Hanging out. So these were $12, as you can see. There's the package. $12, taking them down to $10 for you. One pair of these available. These are about 25 millimeter rounds. 25 millimeter rounds, nice deep. These are nice deep ones. You can see the depth in there, deeper than the other ones. One pair of these available. BZ35. BZ35, one pair available.
Did you do these ones already?
I don't know. I did not. Not those connectors. BZ36. This was $8. We're bringing it down to $7 for y'all. There's only one of these available. This one's really cool. This is a double bailed pendant. And this is a big one. This is about 57 millimeters by about 26. 57 by 26 in inches. That's about 2¼ inches by about 1 inch. And 2¼ by 1 inch. You could do a lot with that one. And it's got 2 bails on there, so it's nice and sturdy. If you're doing some extra work in there, Make a whole scene in there. BZ36, only $7. One available. Just the one. I can get it back in its little package. There we go.
I told them it's silver plated.
That one is silver plated. I wasn't sure.
Basically, the shiny ones are silver plated.
Very shiny. They are shiny. They're like blinding me over here. And the last one?
So,
BZ37. These were $7. They are now $6. And there are 4 of them available in these connectors. They are approximately 38 by 25 millimeters, almost 26, 38 by 26. Let's see in inches. In inches, that's about 1.5 inches by about an inch. 1.5 inches by an inch. Wonderful connectors. That would make a nice bracelet with some chain. Right? You can just put that right on there like that. BZ37. 4 of them available, $6 each.
let's do it to 40.
Oh, you got enough?
Of course.
All right, let's go. BZ38 coming up.
Right. In the meantime, maybe show them this.
What is this? These little kits?
What was yesterday's numbers? HH?
Yeah. HH. How much are we selling these kits for?
There you go.
HH16. Gonna bring them back. Bring back the HH from yesterday, the Halloween. We have a few of these Halloween kits left. We've got, I think three of these available.
Here, hand me the paper.
Three of these available. These have the gold-plated ear wires. These lever backs. These were to make a specific kind of earring. If you couldn't tell, you got the gold skulls. You got the check glass moons, and then the check glass, 2 different sizes of check glass bicones. So that was an earring kit. HH16, it was $18. Bring them down to $16 for y'all. 3 of them available if you want to make those earrings. Do skull. You get the 2 of the large bicones, 2 of the small bicones. However you want to design those with your ear wires. All right, HH16. We switched to HH. That was yesterday's lot numbers for Halloween. Happy Halloween. We had 13 kits yesterday and 2 luxury bead blends. If you missed the Halloween show yesterday, tune in. We still have a number of kits available and lots of the bead blends available.
That made me sad that some of it, that more people didn't get it.
We had a low viewership yesterday, so some of y'all may be watching again tonight. If you missed that, catch the replay. There's definitely stuff available. All right, BZ. Going back to the BZs. Going back to the bezels. And BZ38. This was $3, bringing it all the way down to $2 for you. If I can get it out of the bag. Is this cute little bezel with that little scrolly on top?
That makes that fancy.
Makes it fancy, right? And in this copper color, the antique copper.
I think that one might actually be copper.
Might, yeah, it looks like it is. This is approximately, this is 25, right on, 25 centimeters, not centimeters, millimeters, by 18. 25 by 18 millimeters, BZ38. Only one of this one available. One of this one available. Anna says, fingerprints are your autograph, right? Yeah, our fingerprints are on everything. Told you we hand curate everything, right?
I need to wipe them off.
BZ39. We've got another one of these little scroll ones. Get it out of its bag here. This looks like brass. And this one is 25 by 18 as well. In the brass. $2 only. One of them available. BZ39. And then the last one of the night for y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Keeping us going in Allegory World over here. Oh, that's a tiny bag. We've got this one. This looks like silver, almost tarnished even. BZ40, $6 down to $5. It definitely must be silver plated, I think.
I don't know. I bought that a long time ago. At this shop called Ornamentia in Raleigh.
And this one is on the inside 32 millimeters by 36 millimeters. BZ40. Ooh, I just blinded myself. All right, everybody. Let me flip the camera around real quick. Let's turn these down. Whew.
And warm, aren't they?
They're warm and they're bright. Where am I at here? What's going on? Where are my settings? Camera. Flip this camera around. Front camera. All right. Hi again. Whew.
Did y'all have fun?
Did y'all like that? Did you like the tutorial and the selling show? Normally we do one or the other.
I know it makes it for a longer time, and some of y'all go to bed real early.
Although it's not even much longer than we're normally here, to be honest.
Usually we add about an hour where we talk about snacks.
Right. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. We hope you like that. Please comment below or wherever. Please comment if you like that show, if you like the tutorial.
If you're watching on Facebook, smash on that like and love.
Smash the love button.
Go make that heart shape with your fingers.
Do it, everybody. Send us those hearts. See, I'm psychically projecting the hearts.
And then if you're on YouTube, give us the thumbs up.
Do it. Hit that thumbs up, everybody.
So that people actually see our videos.
Because it sends fireworks to us. But yeah, please. And if you're on Facebook as well, please share. It's easy to share on Facebook. Just hit share. Share it to your timeline. Share it to your stories. That's not a place a lot of people share stuff to. But if you
shares to her stories.
She does. If you share to your stories, even more people might see it.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of the posts, they boost the posts that get the most shares. So more people will organically see it if more people are sharing it and liking and commenting.
That's right.
If nobody shares, likes, or interacts at all, then they suppress it,
It goes down.
and so then
We don't want that.
we only get like 4 people watch.
So the more you share, the more places you share, the better it is for us, and the more things that we can continue to offer to all of you. Because these selling shows help us survive. So we appreciate all of your support in whatever way you can support.
They
And
don't just help, they do allow us to survive, because that's what our main income comes from these videos now.
yes. Yes. So thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone. And we will see you back here, mostly Andrew, tomorrow while I'm at my pottery class. Hopefully I'll have some new stuff in my pottery class too. We'll see. Thank you so much. See you back here tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
See ya.